Put your hands together. For
Hello, everybody. Hello. So are we all glad January's over then? Yeah, I can tell by the energy that you're pumping out that you're still recovering from January. It's great, isn't it? It's like the Monday that will not die. And you try to make it die. I mean, me and my wife, we thought, well, let's do something constructive this January. Let's try and, make use of the time. It's dead time anyway. Why don't we do something? Let's do a bit of DIY. We need to do something around the house. We could tile the bathroom. That could be that could be our first big project as a married couple. It could be really nice. It could be a bonding experience, yeah? Yeah. It's not exactly been the laugh fucking riot that I expected it to be. 3 weeks of tiling, and with hindsight, I think the most affectionate thing that we did say to each other was, I wish you were fucking dead. So yeah, avoid the DIY for January. That would be my advice. It's kept me distracted though. It's cold in January, and usually all I do in the weekend is stay in and watch the TV. And because weekend TV is shit, and because I don't have Sky Plus, I usually end up gravitating towards the 24-hour news. Now, that's kind of depressing. I mean, I used to love the news. When I was little, I used to love sitting down to watch half an hour of the news. You're looking at us like I've just admitted to something really, really weird. There's nothing weird about a small kid absolutely loving the news. That's not even the weirdest thing about me when I was a small kid. I used to be terrified of Trumpton when I was little. Scared the shit out of me, still does. I watched that, and to my little 3-year-old mind, the announcer says, and now we're going to visit the regulars of Trumpton. And I think, great, Trumpton, where's Trumpton? Let's have a look at what Trumpton's like. Everybody in Trumpton's got no mouth. They never blink. They're walking all jerkily, and Jesus, what the hell's going on? This is like a zombie nightmare. What's happening? So liking the news isn't weird. That's weird. And 24-hour news, it kind of gets on my nerves, because it's not about reporting the news. When I was little, it was about watching a sober-suited gentleman or lady sonorously intoning the many, many ways that I could have died that day. I can live with that. That's fine. That was fine. It was just a half hour. It was over and done with. 24-hour news, though, I mean, it would be all right if it was, a bit more in depth, but it's just the same 20 or 30 bits of shit you get in the half-hour news, but spread out over 24 hours. And they kind of try and make things happen with this as well, like after the election. I don't know if you remember that, but we didn't have a government, and it was great. But the news kept going, we are now without a government. It was like doomsday for them. What could possibly go wrong? And we kind of fell for it. The Tories and the Lib Dems, they were going, we must have a government. You need to have a government. If you want to have a stable country, you must have a government. So we're like, yeah, have a government, get in. But the thing is, in Belgium, they haven't had a government for 250 days now. That's like the best part of the year. And do you know what? People have got on with their lives. Shit's got done. Chocolate's got made. Thick, syrupy beer has been drunk. Why couldn't we do that? Okay, admittedly, Belgium could disappear from the face of the earth tomorrow. It probably wouldn't even warrant a mention on the 24 hours. That's by the by. I guess it does have to be said that we did kind of get the government we deserve, though, after that election. A lot of people say that politics now, it's not about policies, it's not about what's right for you and right for me, it's about looks, it's about image, it's about glamour. And as if to try and disprove that, we got rid of a one-eyed Scottish ogre in favour of the 2 most beautiful boys in Westminster. Oh, well done us! Really bucking the trend there. And they are beautiful, Clegg and Cameron. I mean, you look at them, they're poised, they're elegant, they're polished. They look like they probably washed a bit between the balls and their arsehole every time they have a shower. Every time as well. And what have Labour done to, try and win back the public? They've got a leader whose defining physical characteristic is that he looks like Beaker from the Muppets. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Labour aren't going to win the next election. Unless maybe if you got some real Muppets involved, that that might actually get him some votes. I mean, would you rather have priggy, piggy George Osborne standing there saying, well, unfortunately, due to the effects of our economic policy, in the short term there will be job losses? Or would you rather have the count going, 1 million unemployed, 2 million unemployed?